Hi everyone, Renee here, and welcome to another pick a card reading. For this reading, I kind of want to focus on what your child self would tell you now. So we're going to try to tap into your child self, which is a part of your higher self. It's a part of your accumulated experiences, particularly in this lifetime. If you believe in lifetimes, that we each have several, which I believe. But this is focusing mainly on this lifetime, what your child self would tell you now if you were to go and meet your child self on a beach somewhere or in the forest or somewhere that's comfortable for you. What would your child self tell you right now about what's going on in your life at this time? So this is a timeless reading, so you can watch it now and you can come back to this a few months from now, maybe choose a different card. You can come back to this a few years from now. It's going to be relevant whenever you watch the video. I want you to choose one of these three cards, whichever one you feel drawn to right now. And then you can look below at the timestamps. And we're going to have a lot of fun. I've got some oracle decks I'm going to use, starting out with the Color Goddess casting cards, my deck, also tarot cards, and a few other elements for this reading. So which card you feel drawn to? Is it card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? I would recommend taking a deep breath, maybe focusing on a fond memory of your childhood, or envision yourself as a child again. Tap into that type of energy and let's see what comes up. Thanks for watching. Hello Group 1, if you chose the first card, this is your reading. So let's see what your first card is. You've got Lavender Goddess with compassion, empathy, sensitivity. I'm actually going to read you a little bit from the booklet about this card. So the affiliated crystal is phosphosiderite. The affiliated flower is, of course, lavender. The keywords are compassion, empathy, and sensitivity. Specific meanings are your compassion is one of your gifts to the world. The situation calls for compassion. Also, stop ignoring or suppressing your emotions. The Lavender Goddess is a goddess of compassion. She urges you to pay attention to your own and to others' emotions. No matter the situation, compassion is the solution right now, all right? So that's kind of the message from the Lavender Goddess here, and that's the message from this card coming through to you from your young self, your inner self, your child self. So let's draw a few more oracle cards for you. And I'm choosing to draw from the 80s. I love the 80s oracle deck because I grew up in the 70s and 80s, being born in 70. So let's see what else I can tell you. What else your young self wants to tell you right now, Group 1. We have Rubik's Cube, no easy solution. And we have yo-yo, ups and downs. So if you are familiar with Rubik's Cube, I want you to think back to how much patience we had with a puzzle type of game such as Rubik's Cube, where you would be just sitting and listening to music or watching TV or whatever and just kind of messing around with it. And if you couldn't solve it in, the time period that you had to mess with it, you would just put it down and come back to it later. That's kind of the message of this card. There is no easy solution. It's going to be difficult and it's going to take some time. But be patient and try not to take it so seriously is the message of this card. And of course, yo-yo, up and down. Life is full of ups and downs, and your younger self wants you to go back and think of all the hard times that you survived. You lived through a lot of tough stuff. We all have. And your inner child wants you to kind of pull on those memories of your own perseverance. All right? Let's draw a numerology card. And for you, we have 91, and it's surrender. And I feel for you, Group 1, that the message for you here is to surrender to what is out of your control. You can't control how difficult or easy something is. You can't control how quickly something happens. You can't control some of life's ups and downs. In fact, we have very little control here in our bodies on earth in this lifetime, right? I mean, you know that deep down, but I know we all try to control situations because what does it do? It gives us security. Feeling in control can help to take away our fears, right? I want you to go back to when you were a child and think of situations again that you persevered through, that were difficult, that were out of your control, you know? I can think of a memory which is kind of silly, but I'm going to share it with you because maybe you could have a memory similar. When I think it was 7th or 8th grade, and it was a week before school pictures. You know, you have yearbooks and you have the school pictures, and they were kind of a big thing back then in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, because everybody would trade pictures at school. We'd trade the little pictures and we'd sign the backs or whatever. And I went to get my hair cut, and I wanted a perm because my hair's usually perfectly straight, like spaghetti noodle straight, right? And I went in, and the lady chopped off all my hair, gave me a perm, and I had a head that looked like a poodle. Cried all night long, and I had to get my picture taken with this horrible hairdo. The thing is, retakes were available, right? So I just scheduled a retake, and I got the picture taken again at a later date, when my hair had grown out a little bit, when the tightly curled perm had grown out a little bit, and I didn't look so awful. So, you know, it was a tough situation. I cried, I was upset. You know, at that age, at age like 12, 13, it's a big deal because you're all about, it's all about how you're perceived, you know, which affects your self-esteem. So something pretty darn horrible at the time ended up turning out okay. I got the retakes, everything was okay, and you move on with life. So maybe you have a memory like that that could play into a situation you're having right now. So let's draw a few of these show me cards, okay? So they're going to give us some guidance for the tarot. They're spread making cards. So it says, what is hidden? We're going to do 3. What is hidden? Past influences. And my potential. Okay. Remember, this is your young self talking to you right now, okay? And I'm using the fun Mystical Medleys deck because it reminds me of cartoons when I was a kid. So getting really nostalgic here for this reading. All right, so what is hidden? Let's take a look at this first prompt. Not what was hidden then, but what is hidden in your life now. So this flipped out. So we have 6 of coins. I'll do maybe 2 or 3 per each one. Wow, and 6 of wands. Okay, so here's what's hidden. That by giving back, by helping others, by focusing on giving, assisting, healing others, it in turn benefits you. That's what's hidden from you right now. That's what you're forgetting right now. That seemingly putting others first is not necessarily putting yourself last, okay? Because it might make you feel even better about yourself. Interesting, too, that we have 2 6s here. So pay attention to number 6. What are the past influences? We have the sad squirrel, which is a fun little extra card in this deck, and the 5 of cups. Okay. So as you can see, both of those cards are negative. There's anger, there's sadness and disappointment here. So you are letting past influences that made you sad, upset, angry, disappointed affect your choices today. You have to maybe try to let go of some of those past experiences or influences, or at the very least, try to see how they're affecting your judgment right now. Because your negative experiences are affecting your choices today. And sometimes that's smart because we're careful and we can be a little bit more defensive, but sometimes defensiveness is not good. So my potential, your young self wants you to see your potential. Balance, temperance, a mixing of elements or talents, alchemy. Wow, and the star. Look at that. Wish is coming true. You are a star. You are a unique star. You are a unique soul in this world who is capable of making your own wishes come true. What great messages for you, Group 1. Let's draw a final card for you. And I'm looking at colors. No color is really jumping out at me. I feel that as far as chakras go, you might need to deal with, there's a lot of green here, maybe that heart chakra. That would maybe help you to let go of past influences. Difficult times. Be on guard against chaos, as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. Okay, be on guard against chaos. Unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. So, I feel like that's probably already what's happening with you. And you're in a bad place, or you had something just happen, it was a bad experience, something didn't quite go as planned, and maybe your past influences are keeping you from looking further into the future. You're just kind of stuck in the moment. You're stuck in this difficult time. You're stuck in the anger. You're stuck in the pain, the disappointment, the grief. You need to look a little further, Group 1, and I feel that will help you to heal. So these are the messages from your younger self. I hope this helps you. Bye. Hello, Group 2, if you chose the second card, this is your reading. So we got Sunflower, happiness, joy, and play. And I am actually going to read a little bit from the booklet about Sunflower. The affiliated crystal is the yellow citrine. The affiliated flower is, of course, the sunflower. Keywords are happiness, joy, play. Specific meanings of this card are place more importance on family and friends, get outside in the sunshine, watch a funny movie, dance, play, have fun. It's time to get those gray clouds out of your mind and open up to let the sun shine. Sunflower goddess is joyful and playful. When she smiles at you, you can't but help to feel the warm radiance. She plants her flowers where they're most needed, where they can watch over those who need to be reminded of the sunshine and bliss. Walk through her doors into her bright flowery meadow, and you find yourself experiencing life's delights, forgotten perhaps, but only for a short while. This is affiliated also with the Sun Tarot card, which I affiliate with children, with the inner child, joy, happiness, and all of those good things. So your inner child wants you to be happy and have fun. Go back to doing things maybe that bring you the most joy. Maybe you haven't been having any fun lately. You've been focusing on work, life, adulting, all those things we all have to deal with when we grow up. So let's draw a few of the I Love the 80s cards. And I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so getting a little nostalgic with this deck. Love it. We have rotary phone, making the right call, making the right decision. And All-Star, good luck and success. That is a good fortune card. That is a very good fortune card. So This can mean making the right choice, or it can literally mean making a phone call, calling someone you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe someone's held a grudge. Maybe you had a falling out with a sibling or a family member or a friend. I feel intuitively that some of you do need to make an actual phone call to someone, to make a call. Some of you have to just make a choice and know that you're going to make the right choice. Also, go back in time when you were a child. Sometimes we made wrong choices. Did you survive those choices? Absolutely you did. But when you get to a crossroads, you have to do something. You can't just remain stagnant for fear of making the wrong choice. You have to tap into your intuition. You have to tap into your innate wisdom and have confidence that everything's going to be okay. Don't focus on making the right choice. Focus on surviving and thriving with whichever choice you make. All right, and this one's pretty self-explanatory. There's good luck and success coming your way. Know that. So I feel those two cards next to each other are kind of telling you that you can't make a wrong choice. So don't remain stagnant. Whoops, I dropped like 5, or I would have picked that one to show you. But let's shuffle these up a little bit better. We're going to draw a numerology card for you. Okay, so for you we have number 26, love and partnership. So your young self wants you to focus on love and partnership, which makes sense with the making the right call. The vibe I got with that card was kind of repairing the bridge, repairing a relationship, focusing on relationships and repairing relationships. So now we're going to use a few of these show me cards, which are spread making cards. They give you prompts for the tarot. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to draw 3 of these. Okay, so first we have a positive development that you need to know about. We have my self-reflection focus. And we have past influences. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for you, group 2. I'm going to draw 2 on each of the show me cards using the Mystical Medleys deck. Reminds me of cartoons that I watched as a kid, and that a lot of you probably did as well. I got to shuffle these really well because I didn't shuffle them too well in between this reading and the first. So let's see what your younger self wants you to know about a positive development that's happening right now in your life. We have the 9 of Swords and Justice. So for me, in this instance, Justice is all about balance, karma, things balancing out. You're very anxious about this. Maybe you're anxious about some kind of a document, contract, agreement, court case, large purchase like a home, property, a vehicle, or applying for a loan. It looks like there is a positive outcome to that situation. You are anxious about it, but soon your anxiety will wane once you know this outcome. So let's look at my self-reflection focus. So what should your self-reflection focus be? What does your young self want you to kind of reflect on right now? Look at that Ace of Coins. I love that, coming right after Justice too. So a lot of you, this is money, worries about money, worries about the outcome of a situation that has to do with money and strength, yes, or your physical health. So for me, these two together can also mean your physical health. So some of you need to focus on your physical body. Others of you need to focus on your financial situation. And with this ace, it looks good either way. Whatever your focus is, if it's your body, if it's your health, or if it's finances, investments, a job, getting a career, getting that promotion or raise, it all looks very, very positive. And past influences that you need to know about right now, group 2, that your young self wants you to know. We have the Fool and the Knight of Cups. So this is more emotional, absolutely. It's saying that you don't want to be foolish or make bad choices when it comes to your emotions and love. So you may be a little bit hesitant to jump into a relationship right now, group 2. And what I'm getting from your child self, your inner self, your young self, is that you should jump. You should take the risk. The Fool isn't necessarily foolish. He's taking a risk. It's a positive card in most cases. It's a new beginning, first of all, 0, new beginning, clean slate. Knight of Cups can be bringing you love, bringing you a relationship of some sort. And the past influences may be a bad situation with a relationship where you gave this person your heart, but you felt foolish, you were made a fool, you were played the fool, taken advantage of, etc. What your young self wants you to do is to go back to that hopefulness, that optimism, that youthful, positive optimism, the youthful outlook that you once had about love and romance. Because that's going to benefit you right now. And you can allow yourself to feel that because, yeah, maybe your heart was broken before. We've all had heartbreak, numerous heartbreaks, most of us. You've survived through it, right? You survived through it. But if you don't take the leap, if you don't take the risk, you will never know if you were missing out on the best relationship of your life or a love of your life. So let's draw you a final card, group 2. And right here above it, I love how it says love and partnership right there. Number 8's relevant. We have 2 8s. 6 and 2 equals 8. Strength is number 8. So pay attention to 8. Could be August, could be the 8th of a month. And we have opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely, group 2. I love that for you. All right, so these are the messages from your young self, your child self, and I hope this helps you with where your life is right now. Thanks. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you chose the 3rd card, this is your reading. These are messages from your younger child self. So first for you, we have Orange Goddess coming through. Enthusiasm, fun, vitality. And I'm actually going to read a little bit from the booklet about this card. The affiliated crystal with this card is carnelian. The affiliated flower is marigold. The affiliated zodiac sign is Virgo. And the affiliated chakra is the sacral chakra. Keywords are enthusiasm, fun, vitality. Specific meanings: focus on fun. Find a hobby or project that awakens enthusiasm. Be excited about this new thing. All is well. This tall and captivating orange goddess can be serious at times, but she knows when to shift her focus to fun, creativity, and enthusiasm. She embraces the powers of her sacral chakra. Orange is such an important color that it has an affiliated crystal, flower, zodiac sign, and chakra. Carnelian represents the part of us that awakens to laughter and jubilation and all of those things that make life enjoyable. Walk through this ornate door, notice all of the pleasures of life within. Everyone's laughing and having fun, and it's your turn to join in. So your child self wants you to honor this sacral chakra of pleasure, all things in life that bring you pleasure, whether it be music, laughing, dancing, intimacy, creativity, connecting with others. All of those things are very important for you that your inner child wants you to tap into. So let's draw a few of the I Love the 80s Oracle cards. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s like me, leave me a comment below. So first out we have Walkman. Time to move on. Your younger self is telling you it's time to move on. And we have Record Album, Reliving the Past. And it's interesting that we have two music sources here. And I was thinking that actually before I began your reading, I was tapping into music. And there is a deck that I am going to get that will tap into messages of music and musicians, kind of based on musicians, that I think will be fun for another video. But music is important. It also is fitting for that sacral chakra because it brings you pleasure. So I would say to you, play music, dance, go see a band, or a live performance of some kind where music is involved, whether it's musical theater or an orchestra, band, or a rock band, or whatever it might be, a club, you know, a dance club. It is time to move on, and I feel that your child self is telling you you're reliving the past, you're playing it over and over and over, and that's keeping you stuck, and you're unable to move on. So once you kind of take the record off of the record player, you take the needle off the record, that's an even better analogy. Take the needle off the record, it'll stop spinning, it'll stop playing, and you can move on, group 3. You can move on from this situation, whatever it is. Let's draw you a numerology card. So for you, same card as group 2. You might want to take a look at group 2's reading. Number 26, love and partnership should be your focuses right now. Although this reading does feel different to me. I feel like maybe you're moving on from a job that is just not for you. It no longer serves you. Maybe they've taken advantage of you in the past, or you know, you've been passed by as far as promotions and raises go. You feel taken advantage of is the bottom line there. So maybe by lessening your work hours or taking a break, you can focus more on your love and your partnership. But we'll see what we get with the other cards here. So these are spread makers or prompts. So we're going to draw 3 of these, and then we'll use the tarot to answer these, to elaborate on these cards for you. So first we have my strength, what your young self wants you to know about your strength right now. We have how to connect, whether it be with other people or with your child self, or to God, the God source, and we have resolution of my goals. All right. So these are all still messages from your child self. So let's see what your inner self, child self, wants to tell you about your strengths right now, group 3. Let me shuffle these just a little bit better. And I'm using the Mystical Medleys deck, which is kind of based on vintage cartoons. It's a lot of fun. All right, your strengths. Happy squirrel. It's kind of like an extra bonus card here. Just means positivity. I love how it's right underneath the orange card, which is a very positive card as well. And the Knight of Coins. So here are your strengths. Your positive attitude is a strength that you can kind of rely on and pull from. And your patience and your perseverance is a strength as well. These are qualities that your child self wants to remind you of. That you can find that happy-go-lucky, positive kid within yourself. And you can be patient, you can persevere through anything. It will be fine. So let's look at how to connect. And we have Temperance and the Tower. Okay. So I'm a little confused on this one. Give me just a second to take a look here. How to connect. It kind of does go with the time to move on card, because the Tower is all about destruction. Temperance is all about balance and tempering a situation. So here's what I feel. I'm not sure how the how to connect fits in, except how to get through this thing as unscathed as possible, right? Is to, yes, you have to move on. Yes, it's going to be ugly. It might seem even worse than ugly, but everything's going to balance out. You keep your cool, keep your positive attitude, have patience, something better is coming along. So honestly, for many of you, I do feel like it's a job thing, it's a work thing, it's a career thing, and it's time to move on. And maybe it will be kind of bad for a couple of weeks in between jobs. You'll be worried about finances, but keep this attitude, keep plugging on, keep going, and I feel like something better is around the corner. Let's see what the resolution of your goals is. There we go. There's an invitation. An invitation for money, an invitation for a job offer, and the 10. Oh my gosh, these are just flowing so beautifully. So beautifully. It all makes sense. Some of you, yeah, maybe you're moving on from a relationship, but it's not just the relationship. It's got to be something major. So it might be the relationship and a job and the home, where you're like just picking everything up and you're going to a different location, you're starting from scratch. But your child self is telling you, don't be so worried about it. It's kind of exciting. Welcome these new beginnings, right? Welcome the new beginnings, because you've been reliving the past and it's time to move forward, okay? And you will get a resolution of your goals. You will have enough money. Your future will be set financially. You will be fine. You will find another job. You will find a new relationship. But be patient. Keep forging ahead with a positive attitude. Focus on joy. Focus on those loving relationships in your life. And let some music enter your life. I feel like music could heal you right now. Group 3. So let's pull a final card for you. So we have, look at that, travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. What a very flowing and synchronistic reading for you. It all seems to make sense to me. If it doesn't really make sense to you, then you might want to take a look at your second choice, or just take this as is. It might be playing out in the near future. Maybe none of this is happening right now. It could be a little bit of a foretelling of events to come. So keep it in mind. Let's see, 14, 16, 10. I'm looking at numbers. Maybe number 6 would be relevant. Keep number 6 in mind. That could mean June, the month of June, or the 6th of a month, something like that. Travel for fun also plays into the sacral chakra and the orange goddess. So music, traveling, having fun, being happy, staying positive. Bye.